I'm Harrison Kinghorn.
I'm Cody Ritzman.
And I'm Jacob Pilert.
And this is the weekly update. So
this is our new podcast.
We dabbled in this before and we just were
failed.
We failed. We were lazy and we had a few episodes and we just never put them up. And our old podcast was called Top Goal in lieu of Halo 3. But now we're coming back because we want to give it another shot, and
we're bored.
Top Goal is no longer relevant.
And Top Goal is no longer relevant, so we changed our name to the Weekly Update because we're going to give you guys news. And last time we just tried talking about video games straight through their stores and everything, and that didn't really work out too well. So this time we're just going to stick to news and new things coming out with games, current ones that are already out, like updates and patches and things like that, plus news on new games that are coming out. And so we're really hoping that this one kind of works out for us. So first we're just going to go through a little bit of a chit-chat session about ourselves, and then we're going to try to hit some key topics for this week that were kind of new and interesting.
Even though it was a little slow.
Very slow.
It was a pretty slow week in gaming, but, news is news, so we're going to tell it because people like to hear it. Do one of you guys want to start talking about?
I think we all have pretty similar stories.
Mm-hmm. For the most part.
We've all been gaming for a long time, ever since I can remember.
Just sort of came out and
had a controller in our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
is
kind of
Nintendo. I'm a sad person.
Me and Harry were Nintendo for most of our early lives, and then the Wii came out. We fell off.
I saw the light that is Microsoft.
Yeah.
Well,
fair warning.
Microsoft bias.
We're pretty poor people, so we're not really we're not multi console based. I mean, me and Jake both have Wii's. We don't have Wii U, so you're probably not going to hear that much on, although we are going to chit-chat today about Smash Brothers, because, let's face it, that's super important.
That is a gaming event that shouldn't ever be missed.
But
it's like Halo used to be.
Yeah, but
it became a sad disappointment.
But you Sony guys, I mean, if there's big stuff, we might try to throw you guys.
We'll hit on the games.
We'll hit on the games, but don't
not so much the console.
When we say hit on the games, pretty much. Whenever a new Killzone is released, we'll say it. That's about it.
Pretty much, if your game's on an Xbox, we're going to talk about it, because chances are our news is based off of your news, too. So so stick to it, because you might be mentioned once or twice.
Okay. There's that.
So what do we want to start with?
How about we start with this whole... I didn't really know about this until a couple days ago when Jake first told me about it, but there's a Darth Maul game that was in... its early pre-stages, and it looked pretty good. There was a gameplay footage, but now apparently it was canceled. So
yeah, it was canceled when Disney bought LucasArts, because that whole debacle.
We could probably just do an episode on that.
Yeah. When Disney bought LucasArts, they shut down pretty much all the projects. This Darth Maul game, the news about this just came out recently.
It was this and Star Wars
1313 about the district in the bottom of Coruscant. That looked really cool, but that got canceled, and now this Darth Maul game came out and was also canceled.
Well, from the footage you showed me, it
was definitely an alpha. They had the character
looked like
models.
Force Unleashed,
but with Darth Maul
and
angrier.
Yeah, very angry.
And more slicey and heads cut off.
The way I'm kind of seeing things, the way Disney's been running them now is
they're restructuring.
They're restructuring a lot of stuff, and they're trying to steer clear of the gorier end of things, because 1313 looks like a darker, grittier...
That was going to be a mature game.
Yeah, it looked like it's going to be a darker, grittier side of Star Wars that you don't normally see from your normal red and blue lasers being launched at each other. And the same thing with this. I mean, there were limbs popping off. There was a head or two. I mean, it looked like this was probably going to be a mature game too, even though for its extreme lack of blood due to the fact that you're being cauterized by a lightsaber.
I mean, go take a look on IGN. There's a minute 30 video of what it was going to be.
Game Informer had a big story on it, and I read that whole thing. And when Disney bought it was canceled, but LucasArts before that was not that helpful in making the game. They didn't really give them a solid story until late in the development, and that only led up to Disney canceling them a few weeks later after LucasArts really gave them a lot of story to use.
Well, Disney just seems to be shutting down LucasArts in general, so this one thing we have to look forward to is DICE doing the Battlefront game, which I'm looking forward to.
I'm ready.
Oh my god.
Ready for that. Hopefully it doesn't end up like Battlefield 4. And it's rocky launch.
We'll touch on that later.
But anyway, that was about it. There's not much on it, because the game, not a lot was released about the game. But it looked good. It was a good concept because everyone liked Darth Maul. If anyone watched the prequels and didn't hate them per se, they were okay movies, but they weren't close to the originals. But Darth Maul was probably one of the best things that came out of the prequel trilogy.
Yeah. Like, he's one of those characters that you actually feel sad for when he gets cut in half and gets chopped down and pushed down a pit. So much to a point that if you guys aren't familiar with the animated, or the CGI, the CGI Clone Wars, he actually came back and had a very long role in that. I mean, he's a very critically acclaimed bad guy.
They were taking story elements from the Clone Wars and putting them into the Maul game.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Apparently, at one point, since there really wasn't that much direction, they were deciding to make it into like a prequel kind of thing.
Sort of. It's strange.
Initially, it was like supposed to be how Palpatine found Maul and trained him or something.
The Game Informer article said that it was going to lead up to the events of Episode 1, was their initial idea. And then LucasArts came in and said, he's got robot legs, and this is 200 years into the future. Right? So they were constantly switching the story and trying to get it together, but they just couldn't. The game had a good idea of being centered around the dark side and the Sith, but never got a solid footing. And then when they saw a chance at hope for it, it was shut down because Disney bought off LucasArts.
I mean, honestly, from what I see from the whole Disney buying out these big name companies, like they bought out Marvel and they bought out LucasArts and all that, I feel like, Disney's really trying to like branch things that they should not be branching.
Monopolize.
Yeah, and then they're really kind of like screwing up some stuff. Like there was a thing. I'm kind of like branching off for a second, but in the newest Star Wars movie is supposed to come out next year.
2015.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out next
November-ish?
year. December, whatever. But there's apparently a rumor that somewhere at some point during the movie there's gonna be a Stark logo on some Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What?
Yeah, that was apparently a rumor that apparently Stark's name was going to be on there.
That'd be a hell of a
Oh my god.
That would. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just saying.
There's no way.
I really feel like if that
would be an Easter egg.
But if that's,
I was gonna say, if that happens, let it be an Easter egg.
But if that is something, I mean, they're really kind of like, know your place, Disney. You're great and all, but I mean, you're kind of taking things and you're fucking with stuff.
If they try and twist Marvel in with Star Wars, they're going to kill both of those franchises.
Marvel would survive because it's a lot.
Disney would do it.
The movies are more mainstream for Marvel, but if they mixed Marvel in with Star Wars, I think the Star Wars fans would riot and they burn down everything.
As long as we're talking about Marvel, I want a Deadpool movie.
Nah, that's probably not going to happen because that would be too awesome. Let's see. That's about all we had for the Darth Maul thing. The news on that was kind of slim.
Because there's not a lot out there. That's pretty much all there is to it. So we're just gonna move right on to this is kind of relevant to us gamers because on the Xboxes there are
on every platform.
On every platform now, and like on your phones and tablets and everything.
Netflix.
There's Netflix, and apparently Netflix is going to be upping their prices a little bit.
Yeah, I saw a couple articles about them. It's not really a rumor. What they said was they're going to up the prices maybe $1 or $2 for new people who are signing up. But the people who are already signed up, the past ones, keep the same price for now. They left it really ambiguous. So chances are it's going to go up to $9, maybe $10 a month. Which isn't bad because if you buy a single DVD, it's still $20. Yeah. So if you watch one movie a month, you get your money's worth.
Considering what you get with Netflix, I mean, you get the streaming, you get DVD rentals, all that. $10 isn't too terribly bad. I mean,
but would it be enough to make people cancel the subscriptions?
I highly doubt $10 is going to make people cancel.
Yeah,
that's only $120 a month.
That's
$120 a year.
I'm sorry.
That's a strong thing to ask, though. Is $2 going to make you quit? It probably won't. People are just...
they're too lazy for the $2 to go into their settings and click cancel subscription.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wouldn't go on my computer and click that. I know that for a fact.
I mean, I'm still yet to finish Breaking Bad.
Right?
Because, I mean, it's...
Where else would I cram 6 whole seasons of Star Wars The Clone Wars in a week and a half?
Exactly. I mean, there's like, just for $2 extra, I don't mind. I'll pay it because there's so many things I'm still like yet to finish.
Well, they said they're upping it so they can hopefully get more movies and their original programming like House of Cards and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good shows that you can only get on Netflix. I haven't watched any of it yet, but I hear House of Cards is really a pretty good show.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear that that's recorded here in Harford
Yeah,
County?
no, it was, yeah, it was. There was
The place I used to work for, James Knott, they actually owned that building.
Go figure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Would you cancel your subscriptions for a $1 or $2 hike? Or will that stop you from subscribing if you're not already a Netflix subscriber? Would that make you go to Hulu or just torrent more? Because, I mean, let's be honest.
If it's free, it's free.
We don't condone pirating.
It's just borrowing. Forever.
Without the intent on returning. All right, so we're just going to keep moving on from here. We're going to go back to Battlefield 4 optimization. Apparently there was a big update where there was a big cut down on their rubber banding, because apparently that was a big issue. I'm still on the 360. I don't have a One yet, and I don't have a big gaming computer like Cody does. So I don't really have. I haven't played 4 because I don't want to get the new one.
Don't want to be alone.
Yeah, I don't like, because none of my friends other than Jake has it, but he has an Xbox One because he's fancy, and I'm not gonna buy Battlefield 4 if I'm the only one playing on the 360 because Cody won't buy it. So I have no other friends, so why would I buy it for myself? So I mean, but apparently this was a big deal. Apparently there's a lot of.
They're actually upgrading their servers. It's not a software update. It's a server update, so they can handle all of the amount of traffic they're getting, because now they have the One on it, which is another 4 million possible player base.
Are they putting them on they're putting all the systems on the same server, or
no, there won't be inter-system play. That would be awesome, but God knows that will never happen. But they're just updating all the servers to process it faster, so you don't have as much lag.
I mean, for people that don't know, when that game came out, it was
it's horrendous,
absolute fucking train wreck.
It's turned me off of Battlefield a lot.
It really has. I've had it since a week after launch, and I barely touch it because it's just I'm not going to deal with it.
The one hit kill glitch was really annoying, because you would just drop dead for no reason. You wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't have a chance to react because you just died.
I was probably witness to that, and I just.
But I'm pretty sure that's going. They've ironed out a lot of the bugs. The last thing that they really need to do, the big thing people were complaining about was the rubber banding, and still they have hitbox problems where you'll go around the corner, but you'll still end up dropping dead.
And at some points that's just latency, and you can't really do much about that. But I mean.
It's still a big problem, and they can do some, but they can't fix that completely. I mean, that's going to depend on your internet. That'll have to be Battlefield 5 improvement kind of thing.
You know?
But hopefully I can test that out when I'll keep up with it and see when they actually release the new servers in my area. Hopefully they'll give out that information, and I can see what the difference is between the before and after kind of thing.
Right. I'm sure we'll more than likely probably keep you updated on that as much as we can.
All right, speaking of things changing, segue, GameStop is trying to change the way they're operating. They're closing down physical stores and looking more on mobile kind of things, like Apple products. They want to do more mobile platform gaming. I don't know what they plan on doing. I doubt they're going to... Would you think they would make their own games? I really don't think so.
No. GameStop is not going to start manufacturing games.
But I don't know. What are they going to try and do? What are they going to create a new store?
I tell you what I think they're going to try and do. I think they're going to try, from what I heard in that video we watched, sounds like they're going to try and run Apple stores out of business because they're going to start carrying
that'll never happen.
Ton of Apple products. Obviously, that's never going to happen. Apple's a multi-billion-dollar company.
I don't quite understand it either. I mean,
what's the point?
There hasn't been a lot of information on it yet, and GameStop has always been,
How are they going to do business when that iPhone has a designated app store?
Yeah,
right.
I don't know what they're trying to achieve.
I mean, it's one of those you just gotta wait and see how the waters fare afterwards. But I mean, to be honest, it just sounds like a bad business idea to me. I mean, people are always going to go to GameStop. I understand that people. Recently, more than ever, people are steering more away from their physical copies. But me, I'm a physical copy guy. I still go out and buy CDs for my favorite bands because I like owning them. I still go out and buy DVDs when I want, the good ones that I want.
Old man.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I own every Lost Prophet CD. I own every last Yellow Card CD.
I'll be glad to admit I own every.
The only reason I like to have the case. I like the artwork on the cases.
Exactly.
But I'm so fat and lazy that I don't want to get up and switch discs. Because with the Xbox One, all you got to do is say, go to Titanfall.
That's why you
get
a
disc
disc
switches.
shuffler.
But then it's like, oh, great, now I have to get up and switch the disc. So if the one thing I would
That's
need
your problem.
is a price drop because they're still doing $60 digital and $60 physical.
Yeah.
What's the point? And plus pre-order bonuses. That's what I think is keeping GameStop alive. Besides owned and used games, I don't really buy used games. I'd rather actually give money to the people that make the games.
Yep.
But
yeah,
people complained about that, and
obviously there's a line to draw there if the game's been out for a year and a half and shit.
I don't feel that GameStop's going to go out of business anytime soon.
No.
They do very well for themselves.
Definitely not.
I still go there pretty much on a regular basis because I still look for older games and I'm always trying to pick up. Just because I don't want digital copies. I don't want digital copies whatsoever. I've only recently started to get digital copies of games because they've been free on.
Well, I mean, look at Minecraft.
That is literally it.
Minecraft has a physical copy for the 360. Do you give a shit that you don't have the physical copy?
I didn't know it came in a physical copy. Okay,
Exactly.
Because you guys were like, hey, download Minecraft, and I was like, all right. And then later I was like, hey, look, it's a physical copy.
Isn't it nice to be able to go, oh, okay, Call of Duty, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to go play Minecraft and zone out for 7 hours and build a dirt castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, but I mean, I like to be able to stand up out of my chair, turn right, and then look at my huge rack of games and just be like, what do I feel like being today?
Or you can hit the guide button.
Yeah, you know what?
Go,
that's fine.
Click. I want to play this game.
That's fine. You know what? But you can't even really do that.
You know what?
Sit there forever. You have to download them forever. I'm not going to sit there and download every Assassin's Creed game. I'm going to stand up, look at my rack, and be like, do I want to play Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Revelations?
Well, after a while, you're not going to have a choice. I feel like it's going to go that way eventually.
Yeah, after a while, maybe like 10 years down the line. Until then, I'm going to need more shelf space soon, because it's only going to get worse from here.
I have a Jenga pile of game cases in my shelf. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to touch it.
One thing I think we should mention is, while they are saying they're doing this moving in a different direction thing, they also say they're closing, 120, 150 stores?
Are they just covering up for them losing business? Because
that's what I'm wondering.
Walmart brought in a used games thing. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did not.
Best Buy has a used games thing.
Best Buy,
I don't know if Target does. I would assume that
Target does not yet, but I'm sure they will.
The used game thing in Best Buy, though, comparatively speaking, it's
no one knows
ridiculous. No one knows. I don't think that GameStop is closing stores to, like... I mean, I feel like they're like just maybe finally cutting down like their stuff, because there are GameStops that I know for a fact do not get business, like because they're just
the one in Rosedale.
They're in bad places.
A lot of GameStops. We
do.
Like within 2 miles, we have GameStops.
There used to be 2 in Whitmarsh.
There isn't. Still we have 2. A Bel Air GameStop, and literally a mile down the street, another GameStop in a mall, which is ridiculous.
For those of you who do not know, we are in Maryland. All right, that's where we are.
We're going to be making a lot of references there.
In case you hear us talking about Maryland, that's why.
Doesn't the Whitemarsh Mall literally have 2 GameStops in it? One on the top floor, one on the bottom floor?
They closed one because one was an EB Games at one point, and then
GameStop
bought EB Games.
I feel like GameStop isn't going to be able to monopolize as much as they used to.
Well, because Best Buy exists, and once
Best Buy exists, Walmart is doing used game shit.
They won't monopolize. Well, I mean, I don't think used games are really going to be a thing on the next generation.
But I mean,
by then we'll be able to download. Hopefully, Microsoft and Sony. I think Sony does it. You can preload games where you download the whole game except for like a little tiny bit, and then on midnight it clicks and it downloads the last couple kilobytes.
It downloads everything and it keeps it locked or something.
Because then you don't have to go out at midnight. You don't have to drive home at midnight, which is cool. The midnight things are fun.
See, that's why
PlayStation users leave a comment if we're right there.
No, I don't like that. Sony and Microsoft, be like Nintendo and just don't do that shit.
They do that.
Not very well.
Yeah, they do.
Not very well.
Nintendo leads the way in digital download stuff. Their games are cheaper digitally. The Wind Waker remake was cheaper than the physical copy on release. So, I mean, come on.
Well, I mean,
that's how they're going to push sales.
I just feel like they're ruining the experience.
Me and Harry...
what? Waiting in line with a bunch of smelly people?
No. You know what? No. As much as...
of an experience.
No, I'm not even trying to say it's an experience. I'm saying... I don't know about how you feel about it, but I'm sure Harry's going to agree with me. I'm old-fashioned. As much of a pain in the ass as it is, I loved going out to GameStop at 10 at night, sitting there in line,
Well,
and getting my copy of
it's
Halo
not
3 at midnight.
It's not even a line anymore. You get there and they give you a number and they're like, yeah, do whatever you want. Come back at midnight.
That's true.
That's fine though, because you know what? You're still there, and you are still like. I just feel like when you go to GameStop in the middle of the fucking night, and you are standing in that line, and you're just like, man, I have to pee. I don't care if they give me a number. The fact is that I am there at midnight. Even if I'm in the very back of the line, they call my number, I'm going to strut in front of everyone and be like, "That's me. Excuse me, losers. Let me go get my game."
You can't deny. We've had a good bit of fun at midnight release.
I'm not saying that.
Because it was us three at Battlefield 3, right?
It was also us 3 at Halo Reach, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's like...
And 4, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to 4 too.
Me and Jake went to GTA 5, and you.
Yeah, you missed it because you are a nerd with a computer.
I mean, I don't think we're really veering off here.
Well, I mean, it all stems from the whole GameStop trying to go
digital download thing. And to me, I am never, when they get to the digital download thing, sure, I'm going to hop on board because I'm going to have to, because I'm a gamer. I'm never going to stop playing video games because that's my way of life. But I'm always going to be that guy that wants to stand in line and be like, I'm going to wait for my game, and then I'm going to speed out of here, hopefully not get hit by another random car by some jackass who's trying to get home before me, because I'm trying to download Grand Theft Auto 5 at 12 o'clock at night so I can play it at 1 o'clock so I can actually play, because that is how I did it. I stayed up all night until I could play for like another 3 hours.
Maybe we're jaded.
Well, if this is going back in time to when the 1 was announced and people freaked out, their DRM policies were ahead of the time.
Those were
because
a
24-hour check-in isn't that bad if you have a stable internet connection, but a lot of places don't. So they should have gave you an offline opportunity, which would make you put the disc in. But I'm saying this is my idea. If you got a disc, no, and I said no to Mountain Dew for once, but I need to drink water. Oh, good. Drink it right out of the 2-liter. Maybe I didn't want it now. Could have wanted it later. Not
there's
anymore.
like a cup full, so fuck you.
Anyway, I figure if you get a disc, you put it in and install it in like how old computer games used to have activation code kind of thing. You put that in, download it, and you have that disc on your hard drive, and you'd never have to change into that disc. Okay? And then to get a used game thing, you'd sell the game back to GameStop, and when the game was activated at someone else's house or at the GameStop, it would kick you off, and then you wouldn't have the game anymore. But that would allow you to be able to just go to Titanfall, and then go to Battlefield, and then go to Assassin's Creed without switching a disc. But you'd still have that physical disc. And with the code thing, you could still loan it to someone. But you wouldn't be able to play it. That's the thing. That's what Microsoft and Sony wanted. Sony was also with the DRM, and then they saw Microsoft tank.
Yeah.
But they just didn't want to lose sales.
Thankfully, in the end, they reversed the DRM. But
did you hear about the family sharing shit?
Did they do?
That
they
was
did away
awesome.
with that.
It was awesome, and then that was canceled.
But no, the DRM was fucking bullshit.
Why?
That once you buy a game, no one else can use it.
Yeah, that was not Microsoft that was limiting it. They said the publishers can decide if they want to limit how used game sales work. They said you can turn your game off to get your stuff back together.
That's
all right. That's enough.
Before we veer off track anymore,
we punch each other in the throat.
Well, just before we end that, just guys, if you're listening, comment, send us emails, whatever. Like, let us know what you guys feel.
Pointing like on a fucking webcam.
Are you guys? I mean, are you guys like me who like the physical copies of things, or are you guys gonna be like? Are you guys like really off for this whole digital thing? I mean, I'm always gonna be that guy that likes to look up for shelf space and reorganizing my shit because there's way too much up there. I mean, you guys let us know if you're actually listening. Who knows if you are? So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the Smash Brothers, the new Smash Brothers game. It comes out for the 3DS. The 3DS copy is gonna come out before the Wii U copy.
Both this year.
Both this year. I'm pretty sure the release date for the 3DS copy though is May 8th. I don't know about the Wii U yet, but this is one of the big things in Nintendo right now because it's like the biggest thing in Nintendo right now because
it'll bring me back to my 3DS and hopefully push Wii U sales because they're not doing that good.
And this is when I shut up and sit back because I don't play Nintendo.
I mean, they've been releasing characters. They've been telling about old classic characters that have been released, and they've been showing some new people. For those of you who do not know, the Animal Crossing dude,
the
villagers in it, the Wii Fit trainers in it. Little Mac from Punch Out's in it.
That's a really good.
And
I want to see how that character
he's going to
plays.
be a good character, I think. The Pokemon trainer's in it, but
No, he's not.
yes, he is. The Pokemon trainer's in it.
Oh.
The Pokemon trainer's in the game, but at the same time, Charizard is now its own separate character, which is really interesting.
That's pretty awesome.
So I feel like he's going to be a kind of a tanky, heavy character.
I feel he's going to be like a Bowser kind of esque character, and they've recently announced that they're going to be having Greninja in the game. During the announcement trailer for it, people thought it was Mewtwo, but it wasn't Mewtwo. But no one really cared because he's gonna be a really good character.
Yeah, I feel like that he's gonna be a fast.
I feel it's gonna be like
ass kicker.
It's gonna be like a Sheik / Mewtwo-esque kind of speedy, like projectile ninja, cool, hopping around like a
frog
kind of thing.
It's the best description I've ever
heard. It's gonna be really good. I'm really excited for it.
It's gonna be a nice addition to the character. It's gonna be something fresh. I hope
it's gonna be something completely new and different. Which I mean, from what I've seen so far, the new characters are gonna be great and different, and the old characters are being revamped. It's not a big thing, but Yoshi's standing upright, which does increase his reach and make Yoshi a more playable character. Which is
a bigger card to get a hit.
Yeah, because now he's not crouching. But I mean, there are some things though that I'm yet to see that
like Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon is yet. If you guys who do not know,
Seriously?
Captain Falcon has been in every Super Smash Bros. Title since the first one, and he is yet to be announced. I am positive he's going to be in the game because you know what? If he isn't, people are going to burn down stores. like he has to be. And people thinking that Little Mac's going to replace him, but you cannot replace the Falcon Punch.
You can't replace the nipples of justice.
People know Captain Falcon more from Smash Brothers than they do from F-Zero, which is a racing game, which is what he's from. I didn't even know they were like. I didn't know they were drivers in that game. I just thought it was different color cars. Not really. They were like hover missile things. I mean, he's yet to be announced, and
there's still a lot about that game that we do not know.
There's a lot more interesting things that come out.
It makes me want it.
It makes me want it a lot more. And personally, I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. I've loved Fire Emblem since I actually got into Fire Emblem because of Melee, because as Roy and Marth. I liked Roy a lot more, even though in retrospect his character is really, really bad in that game. But I really liked Roy, and I got him mistaked with Elowood, which is the main character in the first Fire Emblem that was released in America, which is just Fire Emblem. Elowood is actually Roy's dad. It's a whole big thing. But recently, the latest Fire Emblem that came out was Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS, and that's why I bought a 3DS specifically for that game. I bought the Special Edition 3DS. It's blue. It looks fucking awesome, and I'm really excited to hear that there's a big rumor going on that Chrom will be in the new Smash Bros. And Chrom is the main character that...
Did they take the female version of Marth? The new one from Awakening? Or are they using the classic Marth?
Oh no, it's the classic Marth. It's the Marth from the sequel to Shadow Dragon, which I don't know what is. Can't remember what that one is because that one was released in Japan only. But the female Marth is actually Chrom's daughter Lucina from Awakening. It's so. Yeah. I highly recommend if you're gonna get a 3DS for Smash Bros. Pick up Fire Emblem Awakening. You will not be disappointed.
Because it's been a year now. It's probably on sale. Buy one get one or something.
It's so good. But
or buy it digitally on your 3DS so you don't have to carry around little tiny cartridge.
No, buy it because buy it. Buy the actual physical copy because it's fantastic.
So you can look at the box once and put it in.
But because like Chrom has not been announced, I don't know what kind of character he's going to be. I'm hoping he isn't like Ike. I hope he's not like this big, tanky, unstoppable. Like you can hit me, but I'm not going to be interrupted. I was going to beat the crap out of you anyway.
Well, from playing Fire Emblem, I feel like he's kind of a smaller, kind of faster, kind of moving thing. But it's not a good translation from a turn-based strategy to Smash Bros.
I mean, you really can't really tell from the game. But I mean, there's big speculation that he's going to be in it, and I'm really hoping he is. Because at one point, there's a screenshot in the 3DS version specifically, and this is what really makes me think he's going to be in it. In the 3DS version, there's a screenshot of like Kirby fighting somebody, and the background is this big arena, which people originally thought was going to be the new Pokemon Stadium, but in comparison to an arena in Fire Emblem Awakening, which is actually a map that you play on, I think it's like Chapter 9. Don't quote me on that. But it is a mirror copy. It's like photo perfect of that picture, and I really hope Chrom's gonna be in that game because he's gonna be my go-to character. I'm really excited for that.
I feel like you play a lot like Link.
That's
the vibe I would kind of get from him. Yeah, he's kind of a medium kind of character. Powerful, but still kind of quick.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a great game. I'm going to pick it up Probably not midnight because I have to go to work stupid early in the morning.
Well,
I'm going to get it.
You can probably just download it digitally.
I'm not
at
downloading
midnight.
it.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
But I'm going to go get it, and it's going to be fantastic. And everyone, maybe later at some point during another time we're going to do this, I'm going to give you guys my friend code or whatever because I'm going to whoop all your asses in the game because I'm going to be superior.
Before we move on topics, do we have a release date for this yet?
The 3DS version is supposed to come out
in May.
May 8th. May 8th.
Is it? Did they give a date?
Yeah, May 8th is supposed to be the 3DS version.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah. The Wii U version, I don't
think
know.
is November, December. I don't know. I don't think they've given a date for.
I actually
Wii U.
have no idea when the Wii U.
I know it's this year.
It is this year, but I mean the 3DS version comes out next month, and I am excited. It's gonna be a good time.
Just saying, they need to put Master Chief in it.
No, they don't.
Not even close. Shut.
No.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna move on to something else now. We're gonna move back to the console version. We're going to console talking. Let's talk about Alien Isolation.
This game looks terrifying.
I mean,
from what I've seen, from the limited amount of stuff they put out.
Dead Space.
No, scared of Dead Space because it's an alien. No.
Nothing beats Dead Space. Any people out there who've watched the trailer for Alien, comment down there, comment below, and say, "Oh, Dead Space is worse."
Was it hard? No. Okay, stop.
Well, because you know what, I'm a little skeptical about it though because I've played the other games. I've played Alien vs. Predator. I've played Colonial Marines.
You played Colonial Marines?
Yeah, they were all bad. They weren't that good. The only redeeming quality of the Alien vs. Predator game is that you got to play as a predator. That was the best part. And
the multiplayer wasn't bad.
The multiplayer was ass. The whole game was ass. It should have been ass versus ass because that's what that game was.
But anyway, it looks like a really high tension kind of a hopeless kind of game where you're in these confined spaces with this giant death machine.
Who's producing this one?
I don't actually know.
That's a good question.
Things we should have looked into.
That's actually a good question. But
Harry will get his tablet while we speak.
They're finally doing something they should have done in the first place because
scary.
Yeah, they're going for like the whole fear factor of it now
it feels like from what I've seen of the past AVP games and even Colonial Marines, from what I heard, Colonial Marines was like 2 alien levels and then like a COD wannabe.
It was a first-person shooter.
Like it was a COD wannabe. Like you were fighting humans in an alien game.
I feel like Alien shouldn't be a fast-paced Twitch shooter kind of thing. It should be atmospheric terror fest.
It should be like Dead Space. I hate to compare it to that,
I feel like it could be a first-person game.
It can be first-person, but I mean, it needs to be survival horror.
It does. It really
does. Which is what this is. You don't kill this alien. This alien kills you. You only have the motion tracker, and supposedly there's a whole tool-building system which lets you help yourself defend from it, but the rumor is you don't kill this alien. That's the thing. This is going to stalk you and try to kill you eat you with its second tongue.
Is it only one alien?
One alien, and you're on the ship alone with it. In the semi-dark, and you only have the motion tracker, and you see its little green dot, and you follow it, and you try not to lose it. Because if you get near that thing, it will stab you with its tail.
That does sound kind of terrifying.
Alien Isolation brought to you by Sega.
Really? Sega?
Sega. Sega's actually been the ones that brought out Colonial Marines too.
Well, let's hope
that was Gearbox.
Oh, not according to this.
Well,
whatever.
Jesus. But anyway, the game looks good, and it's the first kind of survival horror game that I actually want to get. Unless you want to count Resident Evil 4 survival horror, but that was more like survival action horror.
This is
was great.
I'm really excited. It's going to be what's that game that's out right now? For the place, I think it's for the PlayStation 3 only. I think
The Last of Us?
No, The Stern.
No.
It's this really intense horror game. Excuse me for not knowing what it's called. It's this really intense horror game when you're in an insane asylum. You have to escape.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But I couldn't give you the name of
Man Arkham Asylum.
But it's gonna be something like that. Oh, something
that game. That game is terrifying. I've watched Let's Plays of that game. I was jumping. I wasn't even playing, and I was jumping out of my chair. I was screaming like a little girl.
And what is this called?
I cannot tell you.
I really can't tell you.
It's really popular.
Is it worse than Slender?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Is it worse than Amnesia?
Chances are Slender's actually
I feel like this is more terrifying than Amnesia. It's an indie game kind of thing.
Speaking of Amnesia, I think they're making a console version.
That'd be nice.
That's a different podcast.
What is that game called? Okay, well, let's just move on. We'll
Harry's
figure
looking it up, so we'll figure it out and come.
So, I mean, there's not much on
mention
Alien. The trailer, you guys have seen the trailer.
I've seen the trailer.
Right?
I think
She's in like a corridor, and there's a little kitchen living area to her left, and it's a window.
Yeah, I've seen
and
it.
And there's a hallway.
Yeah.
She looks in, sees the alien, backs away from the window real quick, and then you watch the alien go by on the tracker till it's oddly close to her, like on her left, past where the door would be, and she turns, and it's just there, and it's like, oh, I crapped. I pooped my pants. And she starts to run away from it, and you don't get away from that thing when it sees you. You are done.
Wow.
It caught up to her, pinned her down, and then the second mouth.
Fisted her?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. But no, that game looks awesome. It looks terrifying. I hope they learn from Colonial Marines' mistakes and can redeem the Alien name in the video game industry, and hopefully it'll turn out good.
Mistakes. Wasn't even a mistake. Action belongs in no place in an Alien game.
All right, what do we got next? How about the Elder Scrolls?
We can ESO. Oh Jesus, do I really want to do this?
Do
I really want to soil the good Elder Scrolls name? Bethesda.
I haven't heard it's horrible, but I've heard lackluster things.
No, it's absolutely fucking horrible. For those of you who don't know, as we said earlier, we're from Maryland. Bethesda's the one and only gaming studio. Our home state gaming studio. And this game, Elder Scrolls Online, it was so hyped up. Like, I expected this to, like, throw WoW off its high horse. And, yeah, right?
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Going back to the Alien thing, the game's called Outlast. Outlast is a scary game.
Okay.
If you can play that game, you'll
terrifying.
Shit. You will shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Back to ESO.
Me and Harry, we are both huge Elder Scrolls fans.
Oblivion was the first game I ever completed 100% on an Xbox.
I think you have Skyrim 100% now.
Nope, I don't, because I cannot find a legendary dragon to save my goddamn life, and it is not fair. Alright? I'm throwing it out there.
Besides Fallout and Dead Space, Oblivion was one of the games I've 100%ed. And
what are the issues with it? Like, besides the duplication glitch, which is tanking the economy apparently because people are just duping gold?
No, the duplication glitch, it's so severe to the point that people will duplicate items and they don't even know they're doing it. Like, they'll do it by accident.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
that's how bad it is.
I heard that from the beta, people reported that glitch, and they just left it in.
Yeah.
It was reported that.
It was reported like early beta, like the second beta weekend they did.
Thing. Yeah. It blows my mind that a big studio like that would just ignore a game-breaking glitch like that.
Especially Bethesda. I mean, Bethesda's games are notoriously glitchy.
Yeah.
But
look at Skyrim.
I mean, Skyrim's funny glitchy.
Not destroying glitchy.
Getting knocked 10,000 feet in the air by a giant.
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious. Put Benny Hill music to that, you got a YouTube viral video. Okay.
All right.
Honestly, people sit there and tell me, like, I was talking to some people that play, and they're like, yeah, you can't really get into it until you're around level 10, and I'm like, I got to level 23, and it still didn't pick up. People say that PvP in that game, they say it's phenomenal, but otherwise,
how does it play? Does it play just like Skyrim, just with other people in it, or is it like
no?
How does it work?
It plays like a low budget Skyrim.
That sounds awful.
People try and say that on ultra high it looks better than Skyrim, but no, that's bullshit. It doesn't look better than Skyrim. Skyrim on ultra is the most beautiful thing that's out right now, in my opinion, or one of, next to Crisis. Crisis. Sorry. Toad engine.
So is it like gameplay issues with it? Like what? But I mean, the only thing bad I've heard about it, I didn't read any reviews. I just saw the 7.9, the Metacritic kind of stuff, and the dupe glitch. But what else is wrong with it? Just generally not that fun.
I'm just gonna list off my issues. Not that fun. Level crafting takes forever.
Is it necessary? Is crafting like super necessary to go in the game? I'm not
Well-
I'm not an MMO player at all.
Yeah,
okay? The most experience in MMOs I have is RuneScape from middle school.
Hey.
So yeah,
RuneScape is the best. Still is the best.
It is.
But-
It is.
I mean, I'm the MMO guy when it comes to this. Me and kind of Harry because he plays RuneScape.
And I also
And Guild
I
Wars.
dabble in Guild Wars.
But me, I played, RuneScape, Star Wars Galaxies, World of Warcraft for like a 6-month
you were
period.
pretty
I
into
was,
Warcraft for a while. That was scary.
yeah. I'm so glad that didn't keep. But
All right, back on
back
Elder
to
Scrolls.
ESO. I mean, I'm gonna ask Harry right here. When you made a set of armor in Skyrim, or when you're trying to level blacksmithing to 100, it wasn't that difficult. Was
Iron
it?
daggers.
Well, I
Iron
heard,
daggers.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like, couldn't you just make thousands of them really easy and
No.
level?
Billions.
When
Oh.
you
Billions of them.
when I was playing, in the time I played,
Cheese wheels.
1,000 cheese wheels rolling down a mountain. When I was playing, to get from 1 to 2 in blacksmithing, I made like 4 sets of armor. And a set of armor is head, chest, legs, boots, gloves, and shoulder pads, and belt. Made all that 4 or 5 times, and I've got blacksmithing 2. So,
Yeah, that's terrible.
yeah, crafting takes fucking forever.
I mean, I've always been pretty good with, working for things, but that's kind
Yeah,
of ridiculous to me.
it's absolutely ridiculous.
I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot too with the pay the $60 up front for the game and then a $15 a month subscription fee. Is that did they keep that kind of
Yes,
model?
they still have it.
That's ridiculous.
You could either get the by the way, since we're on Elder Scrolls, Argonians, fuck everything else.
Woo! Sorry, I've been a lizard since the start.
sorry, but you pussy ass Khajiit, go fuck yourselves.
Woo! No one likes kitty cats.
Kitty people. But yeah, crafting takes forever. The money duplication, the item duplication is just, it has tanked the economy to where you can get a set of endgame raid gear, top of the line shit, for like 10K.
Well, nothing because you can just duplicate.
You can duplicate it, exactly. There's those two, which honestly, that's enough in itself to kill the game. If the economy's bad, the game's not gonna work well. On the plus side, it's killed gold farming. It's just dull. Like, I know
That's disappointing. It really is.
I don't know if RuneScape has it, like an inspect option. You can look at other players' gear.
Haven't played
Oh, shit.
RuneScape since I was like,
But I know.
ninth grade.
I know, but like you can inspect other players' gear. I don't think there's any group finder for dungeons and shit. Like,
it sounds like it's missing a lot of basics and then basic fun in general.
it is. It's bland. Yet,
I mean,
when I was playing ESO, all I could sit there and think is, man, I want to play Skyrim.
Yeah.
And honestly, I give it maybe 6 months to. I'll give it to the end of the year.
They're obviously going to try and fix it, but I mean,
They're going to try and fix it, but
But from the sound of it, they have a lot they have to fix.
they're going to try and fix Humpty Dumpty the best they can.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. They're going to need a lot of duct tape, super glue, and elbow grease.
it's
to put this thing
and
back
headlight,
together.
and headlight fluid. Shout out to Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah. But
seems to be all we
it's
really
just,
had.
it's the train
that.
wreck. But
Yeah.
I give it till the end of the year, and
We'll touch back on it when the next update comes out, probably, or something like that.
I don't know how much time they're gonna have to fix it though, because they're already working on content updates.
I mean, look how Star Wars did. That game didn't do that great.
It wasn't this bad.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll last. I don't want to see Bethesda fail.
It's Bethesda. They're one of my favorite gaming companies. I mean, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas were amazing games. Skyrim's an amazing game.
Speaking of amazing games, GTA 5.
5.
Oh, here's the yeah. Let's go. All right.
All right.
So GTA 5.
Two major things coming out in the next month or so, because they gave a spring timeline for these, is the High Life update, which allows you to have more garages, and you can own 2 houses, and also plural garages, which means
More
we
cars.
assume would mean you can have 2 sets of 10 cars, so 20 cars in total, which will be awesome, because I wanted more cars, but I don't want to swap out the ones I have now.
Right.
because I like my cars.
I am just really hoping that when that happens, I can have a random garage in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, all the way out in Toledo Bay.
Yeah.
Full of tanks.
They need to have the desert open.
No, it's full of Turismos.
Okay.
That's gonna be me.
They need more locations outside of the city, because if you want to do something in the desert, it's like, okay, great. Now I have to get a helicopter. I don't spawn there, and now I got to drive out or I got to fly out to wherever I want to go, which isn't that bad because they travel in that game pretty solid.
Yeah.
But I
Flying
mean,
is
it
fun
would be
in that
nice
game.
to have a house out there because they said mansions supposedly are in this.
Mansions are a big rumor.
That would be cool.
That would be
I'd like a
awesome.
mansion.
But I mean, same time, that'd be a little. I feel it's gonna be a little hinky to start with.
They would actually, cars wouldn't outweigh houses in cost,
Yep.
which would be nice.
Yep. That's gonna be when it happens kind of thing. We don't really know too much about that.
There's a rumor that if you pre-ordered or the special edition, I think it was, you got a blueprint map of the entire area, and it had hideout places marked. But none of those places are accessible in multiplayer or single player currently. So that's what they're thinking the highlight thing is they're going to start phasing in those points that are on that pre-order or the upgrade map thing.
I haven't been on GTA in quite a while, but have they put in the heist yet?
No. That is the next thing, though. After the High Life DLC, which should be out soon. I think early May is when they said, but I'm not going to... Don't quote me on that. They said spring 2014 is when heists are coming out. Finally. The thing that was guaranteed on release that they were going to have.
But I mean, I will let it slide because
if it's good.
It said on release, but you know what? If they can deliver like what you were doing in a single player, but with your friends, I will have absolutely no problem.
Yeah, if I can rob a bank with these motherfuckers, I'm happy.
If they give me something as close to as good as the Toledo bank heist when you're walking out of there in like
chain guns,
full like
armor.
riot gear armor. If they give me something even close to that, I will be extremely pleased with that game.
But, one of the best moments in gaming right there.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, currently the game is like getting stale and stagnant because you can only do the same missions and death matches over and over again.
They did add in create missions though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
But
and
you can only do so much.
That's true.
But honestly, we don't really do that much of that, and we should probably start doing it. Because you know what? We watched a lot of Rooster Teeth stuff, and they come up with some amazing stuff to do. And they're just messing. They're
playing the game that you want to play the game. They're playing the game you want.
Yeah.
But you can't figure out.
Yep.
Or are too lazy to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, it's gonna be a big thing, and we're really hoping it's gonna because you know what? To me, I actually
it's what I want. What we want.
I played through 4. I played through all the DLCs in 4, and you know I love the story, and they did so good in that. And the multiplayer for 4 had to be one of the best experiences of my life playing on Xbox.
Until it got boring, and you're like, all right, let's run a car into a swing set for an hour and see what we can do.
But I mean, even then, though, when we first started playing that, it was just me.
It's a blast.
It was Jake, sometimes Cody, and my cousin. We just went on rampage, and you just never really got bored of it. And it makes me wish that I had that game when it came out.
It's that party mode, anything can happen. Gameplay.
And they delivered then, and I got the game late, and they delivered for 5 for me at least. Yeah. I feel they delivered so well on 5, and I'm just hoping they can continue to deliver with the rest of their stuff. I mean, I feel it's doing great, and I love where the game is going. I just hope they can keep pushing it. It's going to be so good.
For $60, GTA 5 crammed in a staggering amount of content.
It took me, I think, 47 hours to complete the campaign.
Yeah,
do most of the side missions too. That's not.
Straight
through the campaign was probably about 10 to 12 hours for all the story missions, but all the side stuff and the other quests and stuff was impressive.
It's no Skyrim, but damn,
it's a big game.
It is.
And there's supposedly a new story DLC coming out soon too, but that wasn't really hinted at. They didn't give any solid evidence that was going to happen. But I'd buy that.
I'm going to buy it too. It's going to be really interesting to see where they go because they killed a strong majority of the characters from 4. We don't know where Nico is. He might be a poor person on the side of the road or whatever, but we don't know where Nico is. They killed Johnny, which was the main character in
spoilers.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The first sequence of the game, the second sequence of the game.
Yeah, right as soon as you start playing as Trevor, he kills Johnny from Lost in the Damned. I don't remember what the main character's name from Tony was. From Gay Tony was. Lewis, yeah. We don't know what happened to him, but he might come in. That'd be really interesting to see. I'm really hoping they kind of like flesh out more characters from 4, because my favorite part in 5 is when you stumble on the Packy and he starts and he starts reminiscing with you about old stuff he did in 4.
He makes a reference to the bank heist in Liberty City.
He doesn't make a reference. He talks about it all the time. Like, that is his like. Oh no!
Achievement.
You might do this, but I did this, and it's like I really hope they flesh out more characters. And
I used him for every fucking.
Yeah, so did I. He's the best. I mean,
I never found him.
Oh, he's right across the street from Franklin's house.
I never ever found him. I played the shit out of that game and never found him.
One thing I really, really hope they do is I want to see some kind of return of Tommy Vercetti from Vice City, GTA 3.
That would be good.
Because he's not dead.
That'd be good.
Just retired.
At least some kind of cameo would be really cool. But I mean, there's just so there like on one side of it, there's like not a lot they can really do for a story kind of thing. But at the same time, they connected when Rockstar put out Lost in the Dam and they put out Ballad of Gay Tony, they connected the stories so well together. Like they put all these pieces together to make this big whole conspiracy story about this whole diamond thing that you don't really even think about until you play all 3. It's really interesting to see how the entire story like meshes together. Mm-hmm. And if they can do that again, I will definitely I'm on board. I will admit I've at least put 80 physical real dollars into that game to have more like in-game money.
Yeah.
Because I'm too lazy to keep doing all that other stuff. But I mean, I've done that before, and I will continue to give Rockstar my money as long as.
Shut up and take my money.
Pretty much. I mean, there's so much they can do, and I'm just waiting to see what is next.
As long as we're talking about stuff we want from GTA.
Jetpacks.
Well, let's go into that first. Somebody was looking into.
They got into the source code of GTA 5 and found jetpack options.
Yes.
So
they had jetpacks into the code. So, is there a hidden jetpack somewhere in?
It's either that or
Los
UFO.
Santos. Because
there's all kind of clues.
There's all kinds of shit like that with the hippie you smoke and you're killing aliens and shit like that.
We use the term clue lightly.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's little symbols of guys with jetpacks and stuff.
I mean, San Andreas is in Los Santos, and
they are the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, whatever. In San Andreas, CJ, whatever the fuck his name was, could get a jetpack. So
it's. I mean, again, there's just so much, and there's so many things you can do. I'm really hoping, because they for some reason this game is really heavy on aliens. I'm hoping for some type of like alien
DLC,
kind of DLC thing. That'd be fantastic. And I mean, and from 4, I don't really know why there was, but I mean, you can change one of your skin characters into a zombie, and so I am crazy hoping that there's a zombie. There's some kind of zombie.
An entire city filled with zombies.
That would be one of the greatest things that they could do. I would never stop playing that. I think I have clocked 22 hours of, probably more than that for Modern Warfare 2. I'm catching up. I'm catching up with the amount of time I played Modern Warfare 2.
You mean days?
Probably, yeah. I've played a lot of Modern Warfare, 24 days or something like that. I've played a lot of Modern Warfare 2, but I am steadily catching up with GTA 5.
Yeah, I think that's something we all expect that they're going to do eventually. I mean, they did it with Red Dead Redemption, and by far that was one of the best DLCs.
This will be a whole different concept.
And this is something.
Oh yeah,
so
it will
much
be.
big. I mean, if you can go to places that you're not supposed to go, and like if you like being chased by zombies and you can duck into the prison, that's going to be one of the most insane things you can possibly witness. I mean,
I don't know how they. I feel like that would be a next gen thing.
No, I don't care.
If they release a next gen, which they will, they're going to release a PC version of the next gen one. The next gens will be able to handle that, because what I'm seeing is
you're seeing zombies flooding the streets.
Computer, like the extra little
civilians.
The civilians. They'll be zombies, so they won't walk just in the sidewalk. They won't be in just that area. Like kind of a Dead Rising feel.
You want zombies flooding the streets?
Yeah, an apocalypse. And, I mean, GTA already pushes the limits on the 360, because you can tell that when you're driving fast and you're literally just on a gray blob that should be a highway.
You're rubber banding a little bit.
And things are popping in behind you because it can't load it. That's why
pushing the limits.
It's maxing out.
I don't care. Burn out. Destroy my Xbox. I mean, trying to play this game. I want it. I don't care. Like, make me have to buy something new because of it. That would be fantastic for me.
What about I'd like to see a free DLC, because this isn't that bad, but like a free mode, like in GTA 4, where the guns were spawned all
Yeah,
around.
that'd be awesome.
There
That'd be
was
great.
no cost for your car got
for my
destroyed,
car being destroyed.
that insurance stuff, no buying guns, no buying ammo, you just find it and pick it up. I feel like that should come back, but as a secondary option, that you could go into that instead.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome, and like
you couldn't have all your custom stuff.
Yeah,
and that would give you the incentive to play the actual.
And you just spawn on the street like you did then.
Because that's where you can do some real goofy shenanigans.
That's when the real fun stuff pops up. I mean, you can make your own private.
Because there's no consequences.
Yeah, there's no problem. Like, I won't feel bad.
You can have the real GTA experience because it's GTA. You shouldn't be punished.
I mean, maybe do that. It might be a bit of a pain in the ass to do all that coding. If they're gonna do that, maybe do it, but like the regular game, but you spawn with like an insane amount of money or something.
Yeah, they could do that.
That would work too. It doesn't transfer over. That'd be fine. That'd
like a private server thing.
That'd actually be really good. Like you can like still buy cars and everything, and you can do whatever you want. But I mean, you just have this.
But once you leave that game,
it resets.
It's gone.
It resets. That's actually really smart. That's actually a really good idea. That'd be fantastic, to be honest with you. There's just so much that GTA can do. And
there's so much potential there, but they really need to start capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
Before they lose more player base.
I have the feeling this is going to be around the time they're really going to start pushing it. If they're working on getting the heists out now,
they need to reestablish before games come out.
Yeah,
because Watch Dogs is coming out in May. May 27th, Watch Dogs comes out, and I feel like that game is going to be awesome.
The game's gonna be really good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. But I mean, summer's coming around. It's about time that the air conditioners start getting kicked on. People start staying indoors. So I mean, push out your shit, Rockstar, and let's get the show on the road. Because I will not leave my house if I have a good reason.
Give us some entertainment for the summer drought.
Yep, right. It's gonna be real good.
God knows they won't put any games out in the summer.
But what do you guys think? What do you guys want? Like, give us something that you guys want from GTA.
Comment section.
Yeah, if you guys want jetpacks, say you want jetpacks. If you guys want like flying tanks, who the fuck cares? Say you want flying tanks. Just tell us what you guys.
You can do a flying tank technically.
Because you know what? Because honestly, I think it would be really cool. I kind of want like
a flying tank.
No, I kind of want gliders.
Like a hang glider.
Like a hang glider.
Like Blood Dragon.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Like, because the parachutes are great, but hang gliders right off the side of Mount Chiliad all the way back to the city, that'd be, oh my goodness.
You could do that.
You could
do you already got the parachute.
You could do it anyway, but I feel like hang gliders would be fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. That actually just came to me. That'd probably be really cool. But I mean, you guys, comment below, tell us what you guys think, give us a lot of feedback. I mean, tell us what you guys want us to talk about. So, like, if you guys have something like you want to like touch base on, let us know and we can try to hit it up. Because we don't mind. We're here for you guys.
We need suggestions.
Right.
Yeah, because this is just.
Send us questions.
Yeah, yes, hit us up. Tell us what you guys want, and we will we'll
listen.
We will deliver. We will listen to you guys. And if you guys ever want to play with us, that's fine too. We're on the 360. We'll probably be posting our
gamer tags.
We'll be posting our gamer tags and everything like that. We have no problem with that. Right. Hit us up. Send us hate mail so we can talk about you guys.
We can make fun of you.
Yeah, we'll make fun of you for being awful because we're better.
We're better than all of you.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to say that because we want you guys to come back later and listen to us.
Yeah. But, we'll put our gamer tags. Jake and I have Steam. We'll put our Steam username.
Yeah, just come. We really want this. We really want this guy. Guys, we really want this to work. So come hit us up.
Could you have fucked that up more?
Probably. But I mean, it's going to be good, and we really want this to work for you guys and for us, and we're just trying to have a good time. We want you guys to have a good time. So let us know what you guys want, and we will do our very best to give you what you want. I'm Harrison Kinghorn.
I'm Cody Ritzman.
And I'm Jacob Pyler.
And this was your weekly update.